I would genuinely love to know what radicalized the Shatter to be this far gone. Listen, it's f***ed up, okay? And to be that level of mentally deranged and decroded is not good and nothing to be striven toward. However, it was good content while it lasted, and for that, we can thank God above for the fruits, frankly, of human society. Not all of us can be of sound mind. Not all of us can be normal. Sometimes you have people like that Chatter, who has gotten his account banned in the past already, it would seem. At least Twitch suspects that, the automod system. And be that comically out of touch and deranged to the point where it creates free content for me, you know? It's all types in this world. Talking about, bro? I can tell from your arm skin that you are on it already, lol. Huh? Detected as likely ban evader. Interesting. Estrogen. Yeah, what about it? So that said, like, even when I was producing a lot of testosterone, my body hair has always been really thin for like 23 or 4 years of my life. It's a restricted user. You can't see their messages, only I can. Not the hair, the skin texture? Face is obscured by makeup? What are you talking about, bro? I literally only have eyeliner on. What you see is what you get, bro. It's just eyeliner and I guess like the lighting. So I appreciate it that my skin without anything on it is looking pretty good. I'm just wearing eyeliner. That doesn't change anything else except for the fact that there's a visible line above both of my eyes. Above the lashes. Bro, I cannot be fucked to do more makeup than that. I already like am like halfway to like maybe eyeliner tattoos wouldn't be a bad idea because at least then I wouldn't have to really get ready at all for stream. But that's probably not something I'm gonna do. What in the fuck does this even mean, bro? Bro's dropping like periodic table shit in the chat. What the hell is a free Martin, dude? So I'm not on the same level of like mental derangement that you are on. You're gonna have to translate for us normal people. Born in the womb transed? What is this? Well, yeah, the only thing I can think of was Freemason, but I don't know about that. That's a bit odd. I'm genuinely curious about like what level of brain disease this person's operating on, so. Intersex? Oh, I don't actually know. I don't have that many like signifiers. I don't have that many signifiers for like if I was intersex, outside of the fact that like post-puberty when I was producing a lot of testosterone, I got my T levels checked and they were normal. Like they were in the middle of the standard range for testosterone at the time. That was before I got on E. But like my arm hair, my leg hair has always been really light. But like my voice is pretty deep, so like obviously the testosterone did something. But yeah, I've never gotten my chromosomes checked, so it's possible I'm intersex. That would be cool, I guess. But I don't know. It's a haplogroup of a feminized race. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Or is this some race science bullshit? You're in too deep, man. The sandwich. I can't do his voice. I don't even know if I should try. It's disrespectful to the voice actor. Sandwich. The sandwich, yes. I forget how he talks exactly. I feel like that was kind of close, though. Predominant Y DNA haplogroup among Native Americans and several peoples of Central Asia and Northern Siberia. What? I mean, my dad is from Honduras, so, like, it's possible he has some kind of indigenous genetics. Like, people who are indigenous to Honduras, I guess. Which is, like, Central America, but it's not that far from North America. And it's still America. I don't know how far Native American, like, how far the distinction goes. I feel like that's usually just, like, USA, Mexico-centric. Maybe Canada. I don't know that like Central and South America really get brought into that because at that point you become indigenous to whatever. Okay, yes, that is, quote, the most feminized race, even more so than the Filipino and East Asioid, unquote. So like, why do you know all this information? Is this like really relevant to your day-to-day life? I'm actually curious. Like, do you have like have you written a PhD thesis on, you know, things relevant to this information that you've spent your time to learn? Because I gotta tell you, none of this information is gonna make it past this stream. For me, like, I'm gonna forget everything I've learned because it doesn't mean anything to me and doesn't help me in any way throughout my day-to-day life. Who knows, Oxa Studio? Who the fuck knows? Do you know about physiognomy checks and transvestigation? Well, I know that, like, very mentally unwell people care about like physiognomy checks and transvestigation, sure, but like us normal people don't really care about that. I don't think. Like, I'm just living my life, bro. I can unrestrict them. At this point, we're too far gone. I might as well keep it in the dark. Quote, a lot of people are not the biological race and sex they claim, with so-called transgenders actually being cis of the gender they trans to. To be quite honest, I don't think it matters, though, is the thing. Like, regardless of the validity of your claims, which I will not give any, like, credence to whatsoever, because you're just a random Twitch chatter of dubious mental stability, but I don't care, you know? Like, if it was so I didn't trans to any gender, frankly. I'm just on hormones, brother. I am agender. I do not identify with any of them. And coincidentally, maybe, perhaps, what's the word? Funnily enough, I also then, like, identify as all of them, because I don't care. Like, if you want to identify me as a certain gender, good for you. If you want to not identify me with a gender, good for you. And that's also how I go through my life. So, like, I didn't trans in any direction, gender-wise. When it comes to, like, biology, yeah, I did. I'm on estrogen right now. I'm replacing testosterone in my body with it. I have biohacked myself to achieve a variety of effects that I would like from it. So, like, at that point, like, it doesn't really matter any of this race, science, insane genetic bullshit you're talking about. Ah, fuck, the ads are running. I forgot to snooze them. Though it's not really like this is the most important conversation. My bad. Maybe you aren't high enough up yet? What the fuck do you mean by that? Like, in terms of, like, mental ascendancy? I mean, in the system, I know once you get to 33rd degree, you'll learn a lot more of the secrets. Like, 33rd degree black belt in karate? Maybe. I don't know that gender and biology are really relevant to karate that much, but, you know, maybe. Listen, I was are they still Dans? Was it? Because, like, okay, so, like, I had the white belt, that's the intro level one, but I had 3 orange stripes, I think. 3 or 2. Because I was at the point where, like, I needed to learn some more shit to become an orange belt, which is the 2nd level, when I was a kid. So do those bands, do those stripes, are those Dans still, like, white belt, 2nd Dan or whatever? Or is that just for black belts and upward? You know? This I do not know. I don't think it has anything to do with karate. I mean, it might as well. It's about as coherent as what the fuck you're talking about. In masonry, academia and the gender system, politics. Masonry? I'm not like an architect, bro. I'm not building anything in terms of like domiciles and other kind of dwellings, commercial or residential or industrial for that matter. Now, I did go to school and learned how to wire buildings as an electrician for residential and commercial buildings. I don't think I knew enough for industrial though. But like, I'm not the one laying down the foundations and doing the carpentry. I'm the one that goes in during that process once there's enough infrastructure in place to then start putting wires together. Are we sure this chatter isn't a bot? If they're a bot, I thank them for the content. If they're not a bot, I thank them for the content, but I hope that they find the help they need in their life to escape this mental vortex. Maybe some people in martial arts are tapping into some kind of dark art, like they use their body to walk on nails or break bricks. Maybe, dude. Who knows? I know that isn't normal, and maybe they are able to work so-called ki. I am not a bot, but I wonder how many of your chatters are AI, man. Chat is getting called out. Obviously, this person has achieved... By the way, their name is Old Very Long Johnson. PhD wielder, obviously. It's kind of in the name. He's fucking throwing out shots to you chatters. You gotta prove that you're not a bot now. I am not PhD. I don't support academia like that. Yeah, no, I'm not a billionaire because I don't support making money that much. That feels a bit excessive like that. I could be a billionaire. I'm just not. Like you, I'm not into that, you know, in that way. Like, I could be a billionaire, but, like, if I was to actually try to do it, they would stop me. That's why I haven't even tried. I'm sure it's the same for you if you were to try to achieve a PhD in any of this or its related subjects. Comment has been withheld. Please continue your subscription to Chatter AI. Feeling mildly smug about predicting where this was going? Yeah, and then it became about architecture, Cassie. And do you feel smug now? You were wrong. Clearly. You have no idea what you're talking about. We're talking about the building of buildings. Masonry, carpentry, things that people used to do back when men were men, goddammit. I wrote a thesis on motivic, who the fuck knows, classes back in the day, and it was one of the smartest of all time, but I don't need a PhD to feel superior. Believe me, folks, it was the smartest thesis, many big words. So many people are saying it was the best thesis they had ever read. I wish my Trump impression was good, dude. A free Martian? I am a free Martian. No alien is illegal, chat. No alien is illegal. Be yourself. Be a free Martian, a free alien in this society. They came to me with tears in their eyes and said, "Sir, we have never seen a thesis this good." Yeah, and then the principal, or I should say the dean of the college, came down from a rope ladder from the ceiling and presented me with a comically large check in size, but also in denomination, for $10 billion. And then they had the special guest. They said, come in here. Come in here. Special guest Albert Einstein, arisen from the dead, was like, yo, dude, this shit's fucking crazy, bro. Hold up. It's getting a little hazy in this room. Let's back the fuck up and see if we can get on old, very long Johnson's level. Government name. Even Einstein was shook. He had no idea what the hell to do. It was the greatest thesis he'd ever seen. They were banned from academia for being too smart. Yeah, and that's just Joe Biden's woke America. That's just like, I got the book on it. Look at this shit. Fucking George Orwell's 1984 Animal Crossing, bro. You can't even fucking do your due diligence in academia and talk about some real shit like race science, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Let me just flip to a random page and you'll see that it applies exactly to Joe Brandon's America. Unironically, with the crackdown on the pro-Palestine anti-genocide protests and Biden's lack of like sufficient pushback on the nation state of Israel run by the right-wing Netanyahu government. Let's see. Winston put his lips against her ear. Quote, "Now," he whispered. Quote, "Not here," she whispered back. "Come back to the hideout. It's safer." This is just emblematic of Joe Biden's America. This is, if you want to read along, that's page 104. 104 of George Orwell's 1984. Oh, shit. Sorry, that was a note from Big Brother. Quickly, with an occasional cackle of twigs, my bad, they threaded their way back to the clearing. When they were once inside the ring of saplings, Lamau, she turned and faced him. They were both breathing fast, but the smile had reappeared round the corners of her mouth. She stood, looking at him for an instant, then felt at the zipper of her overalls. And yes, it was almost as in his dream. Almost as swiftly as he had imagined it, she had torn her clothes off, and when she flung them aside, it was with the same magnificent gesture by which a whole civilization scorned to be annihilated. What is George Orwell talking about in this goddamn book, dude? What the fuck? I didn't know this was erotica. Sorry, my eyesight's bad. If I'm gonna read a book, it's gotta be an ebook. That's why I was having trouble reading that shit. I honestly, like, I did flip to a random page in the book. I did not expect to get that shit. Holy fuck. That's funny as hell. You cannot write content that good. They say Einstein was a hack who copied from whoever the fuck this is. You know why he gets credit, though. Of course I can't say without getting banned, bro. Was Einstein Jewish? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you an anti-Semite, bro? That's weird as hell. What the fuck? It's not surprising, by the way. The weird, like, race science, the, like, transvestigative science, like, skull-shaped phrenology, physiognomy shit. Like, anti-Semitism is, like... If he wasn't anti-Semitic, it would be surprising, is what I mean to say. Is this person not already banned? Well, they're a suspicious user and likely ban evader, so it says Automod on Twitch. So they probably will get banned at some point. You said it, not me? So, like, that's what you think. Bro, you're dumb as hell. We don't fuck with anti-Semites here. Get that ass banned. Mods? I already banned him. I would genuinely love to know what radicalized the shatter to be this far gone. Listen, it's fucked up, okay? And to be that level of mentally deranged and decroded is not good and nothing to be striven toward. However, it was good content while it lasted, and for that, we can thank God above for the fruits of American, but frankly, of human society. Not all of us can be of sound mind. Not all of this can be normal. Sometimes you have people like that chatter, who has gotten his account banned in the past already, it would seem. At least Twitch suspects that, the automod system. And be that comically out of touch and deranged to the point where it creates free content for me. You know? It's all types in this world. So you start referring to racists by their Game Shark code is the second you've clocked out? Jesus. They'd be sad that it's over, be happy it happened, real. Fuck anti-Semitism, read and rap, I knew you were a good one. My mom used to read me that shit before bed? George Orwell's 1984? Kinda based. That's how I felt reading that book, and it goes on and on and on with erotica shit. I mean based, but... You just opened up to the horny part? Yeah, evidently, I just opened up to a random page, and it was page 104. Here, let's keep going. Her body gleamed white in the sun, but for a moment, he did not look at her body. His eyes were anchored by the freckled face with its faint, bold smile. He knelt down before her and took her hands in his. Quote, "Have you done this before?" "Of course, hundreds of times. Well, scores of times anyway. With party members?" "Yes, always with party members. With members of the inner party. Not with those swine, no. But there's plenty that would if they got half a chance. They're not so holy as they make out." His heart leapt. Scores of times she had done it. He wished it had been hundreds, thousands. Anything that hinted at corruption always filled him with a wild hope. What the fuck is this book about, dude? What the hell? Like, did I get a fabricated copy of George Orwell's 1984 Animal Crossing? Where it's not actually the book? Like, it's got the cover and whatnot, but the pages have been replaced? Like, the copy I have was actually smut that, like, some teenager in high school was using to hide from their parents. So, like, if the parents didn't, like, look close enough, they'd be like, oh, that he just has 1984, you know, George Orwell. It's required reading in school or whatever. And then, like, some of the pages are George Orwell, 1984, but, like, that was page 104, so, like, maybe every other even page is actually a continuation of some kind of erotica. You know? They had to do a lot back in the day to be able to goon. This before the days where it was just like it's on your phone, even if you don't have a PC. You just bring up the hub and, you know, blast off. They needed hard copies. And then you had to hide it. There was no incognito tab for books, bro. Magazines. This is so weird. Where did you acquire this special rare edition? It was gifted to me by a coworker whom I used to talk about left-leaning politics with. Now, I'm pretty sure I was further to the left than they were, but it was still a nice gesture. And I say gifted, but that's kind of a lie. It was for me to borrow, but then they ended up quitting, and I never heard from them again. So it's my book now, just like George Orwell would have wanted, frankly. Yeah, that was crazy. The sandwich, yes.